Hi guys, the Gamer Untamed. Today I'm going to be talking to you about Dragon Age 3 and what we can expect from that. So this is sort of an analysis about it. I'm really sorry if the lighting's really bad, but I'm doing this video when I'm on holiday right now, and I want to put out a video for you guys just because I'm bored and there's nothing else to do and I feel like it. So I've got my notes all written down here. I'm gonna make sure I can see them so I can know what to talk to you guys about. So this is not really spoilers for the game since it's not out yet and isn't technically confirmed, like there's no date, but it is speculated. And this is what was spoken about at PAX this year, and a few things around this year and last year too. So this is all this bunched together stuff, and I hope you enjoy it. I also want to say, look at my t-shirt. It's Batman. Oh my god. Batman. This is actually like I went to bed. It's kind of sad. Oh well. Okay. So, I'm sorry again if the lighting's really bad and the sound's bad, video's bad, but this isn't the only thing that I can record on, and my mom's laptop hasn't updated the webcam. It doesn't update, and mine it's better, so we'll see. Okay, so let's first talk about the locations that are going to feature in Dragon Age 3. And basically, it's basically just going to feature in, it's like a main place, Thetis. So, or a main place in Thetis or Lay. The Frenchy area of the world. Coolies, we've been to Ferelden. Is that it? That's pretty much it, isn't it? Ferelden, yeah. Oh no, we've only been to Ferelden. So this is an interesting place. We get to go to Orlais in Thetis, and that's actually going to be pretty interesting. And supposedly, my theory is that the characters are going to be so completely different that it's going to be like they're sort of snobbish because they're French. No, I'm not judging French people. It's just the French that I've met that tend to be snobbish. So, and in Dragon Age 2, some of the French women were really quite rude, but we'll see what happens about that. There were actually pictures shown at PAX of what it's going to look like, and they've given the world, the world is beautiful. It's looking perfect. I don't know if these are just drawings at the moment or if they're possible, what it would look like. I'm going to screw it in a little more. What it would look like. So it's really interesting. But they've got pictures of rolling hills, a lot of temples. There are lots of rolling hills, temples, many temples, and some caves. And the caves they all look different, which in Dragon Age 2, they mainly all look the same. I can't remember back Dragon Age Origins, but in Dragon Age 2, all the caves pretty much look the same. And there were no temples or really rolling hills because you were based in Kirkwall. And speaking of Kirkwall, there is no more Kirkwall. No city is going to be like Kirkwall where you just stay there in your place and the outskirts. It's going to be more like Origins where you can go to all these cities, and it's going to be like a pretty complete open world game, so I'm really excited about that. We've got past game decisions are also going to be back in the game, with just like Mass Effect did. So it's like import your character, but just the decisions of the character now, since you're not going to be it's confirmed that you will not play as Hawk or the Warden. So none of those characters you're going to play. You're going to be a completely new character, which I'm told is going to be called the Inquisitor. And they're thinking of calling Dragon Age 3 Inquisitor. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see how they're going to follow those guidelines. Let's see, what else have I got here? Oh, yes. Characters will have, this is one that I'm really particular about, that characters will have more of an impact on the world than the other games. Like, I know Origins pretty much did. Dragon Age, no, even at the end, no matter who you side with, you have to fight both people. Makes no sense. This is a spoiler, guys, I was fighting with the mages, for the mages, and I was fighting against the Templars, but I still had to kill the guy who was the leader of the mages, which made absolutely no sense. Bit odd, but there you go. So that was strange. But hey, who knows? And the boss battle at the end was this is not relevant, but the boss battle, I just want to say this, the boss battle at Dragon Age 2, was easier than some of the battles that were just frequent in the game, so that was strange. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. They're aiming for a much more realistic experience than prior games, and I hope they top them, but I'm also a little bit nervous because of how they're coming across with this, and I hope they take their time with it. I hope they don't release it next year. I think it's going to be speculation's due in 2014, so that's pretty good, and they've already been working on it for 2 years now, so that's pretty good. Oh my god, what we've really been wanting back from Origins: equipment for followers and customization armor for followers. Yes, please. They have been working so hard on how we've hated not being able to customize our followers much at armor, and specifically in Dragon Age 2, and they're giving us what we desire from Origins, and that is much more customization. So armor, jewelry, weapons, again, of course, etc., etc., potions, whatever. They're all going to be able to be customizable on not just your character, but the ones in your party. Dragon Age do want the characters to have their own signature look, however, so they will be putting in armor supplements, but keeping the general look of the character the same, but changing it so they look completely different. That makes no sense. So what I'm trying to explain is that armors for different characters will match the different characters differently. That was much better, much more, that was explained much easier. I don't know why I explained it with such awkwardness. Next one is party members, what we can expect from party members, and that is they're expecting us to have a warden and a seeker in our party. So these are the two new ones. The warden, we've had a previous warden and 2 wardens in the other one, in Origins, and now we're having seeker, and the only seeker that we've ever seen is the seekers from Dragon Age 2, which were in the cinematics, and cinematics in Dragon Age 2. They're the only seekers we've seen, and I'm hoping that one of the seekers who was in Dragon Age 2 in the cinematics is going to make an appearance in Cassandra. I hope she'll make an appearance in your party, or at least somewhere in the game as a cameo or some character that you get to see. We have been hinted a lot of the times that, and most certainly we'll have previous members from most likely Dragon Age 2 to return as a party member, but most of them, even some from Origins, are just going to make cameos, just because some of them we haven't seen, but there's possible that we're going to have some Flemeth return, Morrigan will return, maybe, not as a party member, but as a cameo. We haven't seen her yet, and that'll be really exciting to see. Like, some of the characters we haven't seen, like Sten, we've seen Zevran, Shale, if you had the DLC, I guess, Ogren, since we haven't seen him in Dragon Age 2, we've seen him in Awakening, but that was it. And I'd just love to see these characters again, because they were such lovable characters, and so far, we haven't been able to see that again, like such memorable and lovable characters. I mean, these characters are totally memorable from Dragon Age 2, but Dragon Age Origins, I think the characters that stick with us. Okay, BioWare, no, yeah, and EA really want to get this through. Like the people who are making Dragon Age, it's not going to be an MMO. It's not an MMORPG, which means massively multiplayer online role-playing game. It's not going to be like any of that. I know people have speculated and wondered and hoped that it could become an MMO, but they do not want to destroy the series and make it something completely different when they've never tried it like that before. But they have said most likely to be co-op and multiplayer options in Dragon Age 3, which is really exciting. We know they've done that before. We've done multiplayer in Mass Effect 3, and it's pretty interesting to see how it could work for Dragon Age 3 too. Okay, from Dragon Age 2, they're going to bring back voiceover. They've decided that, and seen that most of the fans of Dragon Age prefer the voiceover characters, voiceover over non-voiceover, pretty much. And also the people who have made Dragon Age what it is have preferred that too. And I'm going to stick with the current system of how that works, and they're going to see if they can even have much better voice acting, because I know that, in my opinion, the voice acting for Dragon Age 3 was very good, but it didn't get me feeling as emotional as it did. And I also know that when you don't have voiceover, it's also not as emotional, and even though it's sort of less personal, it's also more personal in different ways. So there's also going to be a clearer paraphrase on the dialogue wheel, so that our character won't say something completely different when we click on a certain phrase. Like if they just say something and they completely lash out, really. So that's going to be what's happened there. Origins is going to be a much longer game as well. It's Origins, oh my god. Dragon Age 3 is going to be a much longer game. It's probably not going to be as long as Origins. Origins was massively long, and I suppose it took forever, but it's going to be definitely much longer than Dragon Age 2. Probably just a little bit less than Origins, but they do want to stretch it a little bit so it can come really close. But it's going to be a huge world. I absolutely can't wait until they release this game. I'm on the edge of my seat, like literally. I'm on the floor, but I'm on the edge of it because I want. No, actually, that makes no sense. But I'm super excited. I can't wait till it comes out. Because I'm a huge Dragon Age fan, huge BioWare fan. Not as huge as EA fan, but whatever, close enough. So I just can't wait because I know it's going to be amazing. I know there'll be some things wrong. It's not going to be as good as Origins. That's my opinion, and I know that. Origins was the best game ever. They're also going to keep with party banters. Keep that in there. Keep that strong, because they are absolutely master at party banters, and I hope they're as good as the previous games. Okay, this is basically all I can address regarding PAX Prime this year and previous talks about this. I hope you've all enjoyed this video. I've taken time out of my boring day to do this for you here, and I'm again really sorry if you could have heard my mum and my nonna talking in other languages, but that's what I could do for you guys, and I really wanted to put it up because I know I was due for a video, and I promise one every week. So I hope you enjoy it and have a nice day, and I'm just going to put a list of things to sum up and some things that I haven't stated yet. So bye guys.